of the New Democratic Party.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. This government's budget begins with the words that it is, and I quote, about solutions for the most basic needs we have, unquote. Mr. Speaker, there's no more basic need than food. Canada's food price report for 2022 predicts an average family will pay 7% more this year for food, but household income was up only 1.6% last year. So that leaves a very wide gap. Now, it's in consideration of this gap that in the province of Quebec, the government is advancing through its budget $500 for every citizen of the province. But we have no such direct income transfers in this government's present budget. So I want to ask the Premier, how is that solving our people's most basic needs?
The Honourable Premier.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and we do have a $500 seniors grant. This, I will tell you what, Mr. Speaker, the budget before the House right now has significant investments in families, has significant investments in seniors, has significant investments in Nova Scotia, and I certainly hope the member will be supporting that budget and all the good it does for Nova Scotians.
The Honourable Leader of the New Democratic Party on his first supplementary.
The specific claim that we're examining, Mr. Speaker, is the claim that the budget provides for our people's most basic needs. Now, income assistance rates for families with children are not increasing whatsoever, and surely providing for your children is about as basic a need as there is. Even with the increases in the Nova Scotia child benefit, with the budget's 4.2% inflation forecast, a one-child family will have their actual inflation-adjusted annual income decrease this coming year by $192. Now, can the Premier explain how that is meeting our people's most basic needs?
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, I just disagree with the premise of the question. Yes, inflation's high right now in Nova Scotia. It's high across the entire country. But, Mr. Speaker, we are investing in Nova Scotians. Anyone that tries to paint the narrative that we're not investing in Nova Scotians is just wrong, Mr. Speaker. The member has a chance to stand up for Nova Scotians by supporting the budget. And quite frankly, Mr. Speaker, I'll be flabbergasted if he doesn't.
The Honourable Minister, Leader of the New Democratic Party on his final supplementary.
Mr. Speaker, we're not talking about...
Please. Order, please. Order, please. The Leader of the New Democratic Party has the floor.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. We're not talking about painting anything or constructing any narratives. We're talking about the government's claim that by its budget it has provided for people's, its words, most basic needs. Now, surely a roof is a pretty basic need. And there are over 23,000 households in Nova Scotia today who pay out more than half of their total income for the roof over their head. And that's the situation in which only 370 of the 22,600 units the government has announced in their special planning areas are actually designated as affordable units, and the total of those 370 that are to be permanent rent or mortgage geared to income affordable units is actually zero. So that the Premier acknowledged that those whose most basic needs were not being met before this budget are not going to have their most basic needs met by this budget either.
The Honourable Premier.
Mr. Speaker, there are significant needs in this province. There's no question about that. And we're doing what we can, as much as we can. $500 million deficit we tabled before this House, Mr. Speaker, because we understand the need to invest in Nova Scotians, in their health care, in their families. And in this budget before the House right now, there are millions of dollars dedicated to affordable housing. There are millions of dollars in rent subsidies. There are millions of dollars, billions, quite honestly, Mr. Speaker, to invest in Nova Scotia families. And I am incredibly proud of the work that the minister is doing to make sure that we solve the housing crisis that all Nova Scotians have inherited. Because people in government before us looked the other way. We will not look the other way, Mr. Speaker. We're standing up for Nova Scotians. Members opposite have a chance to stand with us, and I hope they do.